Love Island USA star found out that her boyfriend was actually racist and was using her for fame and money. Here it is.
I would have rather him have 3 baby mamas. I would have rather him impregnate a girl. I would have rather him cheat on me for a year with a celebrity than to come out and say, he doesn't just hate me. He doesn't hate who I am, my character, my mannerisms, my flaws, my successes. He hates my entire race.
If I found out my partner was calling me racial slurs in a group chat to their friends for over a year, I would be locked in a federal penitentiary and you would never see me again. You would also never see the person calling me slurs again.
And this Kenny Janae situation is exactly why I always say I am black before anything else. Because one of the most devastating feelings in the world is realizing your friend or partner that is Afro-Latina and confidently, in spaces with you, finding out that they tolerate you, that they don't actually like black people. They just tolerate you.
I don't know why anybody's surprised by the fact that racist men date black women all the time. If you look at the January 6th white supremacist rioters, a lot of them were sitting next to their black wives in court. I've seen this with people that I know that they have found out their entire time that their white boyfriend were saying racist stuff about them. I myself have had experiences where I've realized that a white guy I was talking to had secret racist fantasies and was genuinely borderline racist.
This is a genuine fear. The fact I've dated a white guy who has called me the N-word and said a bunch of violent things about me to his friends after we broke up. It is a very real thing and it is scary. My heart goes out to Janae. My heart goes out to every girl who has this fear in the back of her mind now, because it is a lot of us out there and it's very real and very scary.
Because what this man did was have this woman who he claimed that he loved make decisions based on a reality that was not real. And that is the worst part about betrayal. It is not just that they lied, it's that you built your life around their lie. Let's talk about this, especially as a woman. I know that I've heard Janae say she wants family, she wants kids. He took actual time away from her that she will never get back. He let her make choices on a future that he knew was not real, that he was being intentionally deceptive about. And in case you didn't know, that is robbing someone of their consent, and that is emotional abuse.
So next time when we tell you that someone's being a racist or they said something racist and you tell us, well, they can't be a racist, they got a black girlfriend. They can't be a racist, they have interracial children. They can't be racist, they have a black friend. Will you shut the up now? Will you shut the up now and listen to us? Unfortunately, closeness to blackness does not make that person any less racist. I wish, you would think, right?
I have a hell of a story for you. Put up the picture full mass here. Quite amazing. There's a firestorm online over a Love Island star being scammed. Wow. Love Island USA, season 6 star, JaNa Craig, has broken up with her boyfriend, Kenny Rodriguez, who is Dominican American, with accusations that Kenny secretly hated black women and was only in a relationship with JaNa for money and social media fame. The two, who met and began dating on the show last year, confirmed their split in separate social media posts Tuesday, July 29th. Based on the tone of Craig's message, some believe their split was messy, which adds to the recent allegations of Rodriguez sending discriminatory messages. Fans of the Peacock reality show noticed that his existence was scrubbed from her Instagram page. Social media was in shambles, with fans trying to crack the code on the breakup. But according to Ms. Craig, the theories are nowhere close to the truth. Quote, "Please know that I have seen all the breakup theories, and none have matched to how terrible, disgusting, and disappointing it truly is," end quote. Ms. Craig stated on her IG story earlier Tuesday, confirming the breakup rumors and thanking her fans for their support. She added, quote, discovering that someone you loved isn't who you thought they were, and that the relationship you thought you were building hasn't been genuine since day one, has been truly devastating. Now, and I will say this, it's even deeper than that proclamation, because it's not as if this individual just made mistakes and tried to hide who he really was and was attempting to beguile a young lady. He literally, according to the allegation, intentionally took on a persona opposite than his actual self in order to dupe this young lady, playing with her heart so that he could get the bag and some fame in the process. That's a different level. Minutes afterward, Rodriguez shared some words on his story expressing how difficult his latest days have been. Quote, breakups are never easy, especially in the public eye, he said. Sometimes, despite how deeply you care for someone, you come to the hard truth that the relationship was not something that could last long term. End quote. He ended the statement showing gratitude to JaNa for the time they spent together and said he wished her, quote, nothing but happiness. However, Ms. Craig then responded with another post. Now, let me say this. We're going to keep that up. He should have kept it to himself, but he had to push it. So she responded with another post, this time addressing Mr. Rodriguez directly. She said, shut the up. You manipulative liar. You not taking accountability and telling people the type of person you really are is insane to me. My first statement was me being nice. Do not piss me off. End quote. Only 2 people have given even hints about what has truly happened between them. So Craig's best friend, Charmaine Smith, shared a statement online advising women to search the messages in their man's phones. In a since deleted post, she said, quote, search keywords like, I don't like black women. I thought I could get more money from this. I'm faking this relationship. Going on the show would be for clout. I can't wait to be done with this so I can F hella babes. Those are very specific search queries. Put it up. Their Love Island co-star, Leah Kateb, who grew close to Miss Craig on the show, wrote, quote, tell the truth for once. Racist, clout, money hungry, and a scammer since day one. Trying to make it seem like it's something it's not. End quote. Last year, fans on the show noticed Rodriguez had followed the controversial Donald Trump on social media, which caused an uproar from fans. But he clarified that he is definitely not a Trump supporter. He said he only follows him to be informed. That's hilarious. About what is going on in the world. I mean, Trump talks about world affairs like his gold sneakers, or maybe how his meme coin is doing. He has a degree in international studies, by the way. So that's that part. Meanwhile, season 7. Season 7 winner, Amaya Papaya Espano, who is Dominican American, is also in hot water for anti-black social media posts being uncovered. Here's the recap of the post.
Amaya Papaya with the resurfaced social post now? Because Amaya's in some hot water after some old Facebook posts and TikTok reposts and likes have all come to surface. There's a Facebook repost from 2014 where it was facts about skin colors. Another one where she goes, this looked like a dark skin trying to talk to a light skinned girl, but she don't want to slow down. Here she was liking Donald Trump's post. Also reposting Candace Owens' TikToks about the whole Taylor Swift Blake Lively debacle. Or reposts about Elon and birth control. Or Trump reposts. And another Facebook post from 2015.
Well, all right. So since both Amaya and Kenny are Dominican, there's been discussion of anti-Blackness within that community. Here it is.
You guys are acting so shocked that Amaya and Kenny, both Dominicans from New York City, may I add, are being outed as colorist and racist, as if the phrase, I know black-eyed Dominican, wasn't trending on this app for like forever and is still trending to this day. Like, that meme wasn't a joke. That's literally how a lot of Dominicans actually talk and think.
This dude Kenny single-handedly just cooked the entire Dominican male population and anybody whose name is Kenny.
Bro, you know how embarrassing it is to be Dominican right now? Let alone be Dominican. I'm Dominican from the Bronx. And guess what? Look at the name right there. My name is Kenny. It's not me. Well, first of all, we don't claim him. I'm black. I love my black people. I don't play about no racist, no funny around me. Anybody that knows me, I don't play about that. But I'm married. The single Dominican men right now, oh my God, bro, I feel so bad for y'all.
There's one thing I don't see a lot of people talking about, and that's like the similarities between the people that were canceled in these past like couple months. Yulissa, Sierra, and Kenny. What do they have in common? They are all non-black Latinos. And I think that we need to talk about, we as in the Latino community, because I'm Brazilian, we need to talk about how there is a cultural racism that exists in Latino communities that is not being like addressed, and there is no accountability for. And because there is so much like anti-blackness and racism within Latino communities, so much so that like Afro-Latinos like me are erased, right? A lot of times from public discourse. It creates people that feel okay with being racist because they view themselves as people of color or as like above.
So Kenny being racist did not surprise me at all. What was more surprising was him picking a dark-skinned black woman, because me as a Dominican woman has experienced the most racism from Dominicans. I experienced racism from white people as well, but white people taught me how to be uncomfortable in my own skin. Dominicans taught me to hate my skin. Even in Dominican Republic, we have a saying that basically is to the effect of, if you are of darker skin, it is your job, it is your duty to clean up and better your bloodline by marrying someone of fair skin.
My name is Sharon. I'm an Afro-Latino sociologist, and my entire master's thesis was on anti-blackness, specifically within Latino communities. So to understand this thing, we're going to be looking at racial formation, specifically racial triangulation. This is a sociological theory that we see play out in real time. So we're going to look at racial triangulation as a triangle, where whiteness is on the top, and then on either side, in this case, would be black and Latino. Now, oftentimes what happens is Latinos want to align themselves with whiteness. How do they do that? They're going to flip this triangle where the top is up here. They're going to flip it to where now blackness is at the bottom and whiteness and Latinidad is at the top. This is so important because it came out that Kenny was a Trump supporter. So I could bet money that those text messages were sent to a white person and he was attempting to gain favor with that white person. How does he do that as a non-white Latino? He participates in anti-black rhetoric.
Insane, isn't it? We're all in this together, every single one of us. And instead of understanding the unity among us all, we would prefer, some of us, and I definitely don't want to besmirch all Dominicans, because that's not true. But the ones who are engaging in this anti-blackness and extreme racism, you're hurting not only your own culture, but you are providing an atmosphere where your children and your children's children will not progress to their most brilliant and best. They can't. That's why the atmosphere has to be congruent to progress. Put it up full mass. Previously, on Love Island controversies, we've had 2 Islanders kicked off season 7 for past use of racial slurs. 1 member of season 6 who called a black cop a racial slur during an arrest. And I said in our last covering of this, the producers typically, they don't put people together that are all cheery and will get along. Sometimes they are aware of these histories. Don't allow anyone to pit you against somebody else. And also, if you made some unfortunate decisions in your life, address it, clean it up. You have the ability to go through your timeline. And if you need to make an explanation, do so. But to be caught like this on national, international television without a fitting response for your level of maturity as you have grown as an adult is hurtful to you, obviously, and to those who love you. All right, Sharon, thoughts here.
Yeah, it's sad because this is taught to certain communities, this racism, this self-hatred from the outside, but it festers within. And we're seeing that in many communities, about Indian communities as well, Black, Latina. Well, any way you slice it, it's out there, and you have to learn truly to love oneself. But I think you're on to something too. These producers wish, I believe, my opinion, to create controversy, and it may very well include, I mean, come on, they're supposed to do their due diligence, right, Doc? I mean, there's so many people who want to be on this show, so come on.
Yeah,
exactly.
a whole lot of missing the background on these.